everyone, my name is Candace Hall and welcome to our YouTube channel. A couple of weeks ago we were in Harare where we bought some Wambungu apples. The internet is full of the Wambungu apple story. Who said farmers can't have fun? This is our first hole where we will be planting our Wambungu apple. Okay, so now we're back at the hole where we want to plant our first apple tree. This is very emotional for me right now because the last time we planted trees, we were with my son, Jesse, who we buried 5 months ago. So, if you have a look in the hole, we have put tins with some holes, with some stones in the holes. That is to help with aeration as we plant our tree.
My name is Lionel. Welcome to the Muchena Hills. Come with us as we go and plant our trees.
A good sack is needed so we can carry the stuff without it breaking.
Yeah, what we have here, we've got 3 heaps. We've got the first heap, which is our topsoil, of course from the first layer or the top layer of the ground. Then next to it we've got our subsoil, and as you can see, the remains of our gravel over here. So gravel, we're taking it out completely out of the way. We're not going to use gravel for planting. Right, now we have our humus or our morokwani. Now we're going to mix it an equal part of your humus or your decomposed matter with your topsoil and subsoil together. And this will be the first layer that we will put in our holes. And so away we go now as we begin to mix.
I'm the queen, I just sit while he does the mixing.
At the airlock. Well, here is our heap of topsoil, subsoil mixed well with our compost matter from the ground. In these tins, I fill them with rocks, as you can see, and this will keep the tins nicely solid in the ground, and it will keep your air spaces very good at the bottom of your hole.
Not a very comfortable place to have your afternoon break, but Lionel will explain what is done.
Our mixture of compost and topsoil has covered 1/3 of our hole, and the depth of this hole was 90 centimeters, so we got a layer of about 30 centimeters, the mixture of both. And on top of that layer we've got rocks that are the size probably from my fist and slightly smaller. I've just laid them over the top of the surface, and that's good enough. Well, we are on stage 2 now. What we're going to do for the next 30 centimeters for the second, third layer of your hole, we're going to only use topsoil.
You can see that this topsoil isn't very rich. It's been stripped of its nutrients over the years, and so we just want to mix it with the topsoil that we got from just under the humus, just to enrich it a bit so that we have a better quality topsoil. Here's a fun fact while Lionel shovels the next layer into our hole. Any soil that's uncovered will lose its nutrients. Not rocket science, any soil that's uncovered will lose its nutrients. Cover the soil. There are so many methods and so many different types of materials that you can use to cover the soil, but make sure that the soil is covered.
If we don't cover our soil, it will get blown away by the wind and washed away by the rain. And so make sure you protect your topsoil. Alright, continuing with stage 2, we're gonna open our topsoil layer down to the first stage. Now we're throwing this big rock right in the middle of the hole. This big rock at the bottom, the roots are able, one, to hold onto it, and secondly, your tap root is going to hit that rock much faster. So I'm sure it's going to communicate to the plant that it's somewhere probably in the bedrock or something like that. So we believe that it helps the plant to bring forth its yield sooner than later.
So instead of 3 years, you'll wait probably 18 months or maximum 2 years. As you can see, I've removed our little bandage. So they say your first fruit you must remove from the tree, so when it starts flowering you remove so that the first year it doesn't bear fruit, because that point of joining is still weak.
We've come to the exciting part of our tree planting session. As we complete level 2, you can see the big stone that is here. I've opened the soil around it to the rock, and now we're going to plant our tree. Right, now we are on level 3, and this is your final level. Now in level 3 we're using the same mixture as level 1, which is equal parts of humus or organic matter from the forest with the mixture of your topsoil and subsoil to fill our hole right up to the top.
And there we have it, our first Wambungu our first Wambungu tree planted, apple tree, and all that's left now is to mulch it and we'll water it. Happy harvesting! There goes our mulch.